Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here to the LLDC and to an important announcement regarding boxing on Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park. And I want to hand over straight away, because you don't want to listen to me, to the main person, Mr. Frank Warren.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks very much. I don't know if I'm the main person, but I'm absolutely delighted to be promoting professional boxing at the Copper Box Arena, Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park. It's a great opportunity for professional boxing. We're doing our first show on the 21st of September, which will feature amongst the many fights we're going to have on the card. Middleweight Championship of Great Britain between the undefeated Saunders and the undefeated Ryder. There are two London fighters, so you can't get any better than that, a London fight in the East End. So we're really looking forward to that. We'll also have on the card some very special fights that we'll be announcing over the next few weeks, other title fights, so it will be a fantastic evening if you're a boxing fan. So I hope that the boxing fans will be there and tune in on Box Nation to see all the fantastic fights that we're putting on. To me, this is what the Olympics was all about, the legacy of the Olympics. Venues that were fantastic during the Olympics, great nights that were great days and nights that were seen by the whole world. And now we are reaping the benefits of those venues by being able to promote and put on professional sports there, such as, let's say, boxing. And what's so good about it, I think, and I'm sure the other guys here will tell you, that we, in paying our rentals, actually some of that money is going towards other sports, helping youngsters be able to achieve hopefully their goals and maybe become the Olympic stars of tomorrow. So I'm quite delighted that the money is circulating within the sports industry. These are great fights. They're a great show. It's a fantastic venue. We're doing 6 fights per year there, one every 2 months. And it doesn't get any better than that. We're going to build up momentum. We're going to put on bigger and bigger shows each time, and probably which will be, I believe, will become the best boxing venue in Europe without doubt. Anyway, that's enough from me. And
Thank you very much indeed, Frank. I'd like to introduce Dennis Hone now, who's the CEO of the LLDC, so it's difficult to say on a Monday morning. Dennis, over to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I would echo what Frank said. I mean, the East End has always been sort of a spiritual home for boxing. To have world-class boxing coming into the Copper Box, featuring the best of British fighters, I think is fantastic. I think it's hopefully going to be an inspiration for people in this area to get engaged in sport and boxing. And it's always been a great sport to have here. And as has been said, the Copper Box is run by Greenwich Leisure Limited on our behalf, and any monies that are made out of this will be reinvested. We also run the aquatic centre, or they run the aquatic centre, so it'll help subsidise people in the sports that take place in the Copper Box, and also when they're swimming in the aquatic centre. So it's a fantastic deal for the Olympic Park, and one that I think goes a long way to securing its long-term legacy.
Thank you, Dennis. I'd just like to reiterate a couple of points that have been made there. My job with GLL is to develop the sporting offer across our business, and I know from many years of working in sport, there's nothing more inspirational or greater than to walk in the footsteps of champions. And as someone who wants to play sport, or a young kid who wants to take their first steps, to be walking out in an arena where they know a champion has trodden is so inspiring. It's the absolute, raises the hair on the back of your head, if I had any, of course. But you can imagine that young kid walking into that arena for the first time, knowing that there has fought a British champion or a world champion. I think that's a hugely inspiring piece for any sportsman in any particular sport. And as both Frank and Dennis have said, the really important part is the cross-subsidy into the other legacy sports. That's the really exciting thing for me, is that it enables us to do more and more often for people in the surrounding areas, particularly young people, who I think will be tremendously inspired by this fantastic Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park, which, when it's completely finished, I think will blow away anything anywhere in the world. So we're really looking forward to this. Really looking forward to the first fights in September. I think that will be a tremendous occasion, and I'd like to thank Frank very much and Andy Ayling at the end, who's worked with me to bring these contracts together. And we really are looking forward to September the 21st, 2013, when the Copper Box Arena really rocks. Can I just introduce Peter Bundy, who's the Deputy Managing Director of GLL. Peter, would you like to say?
Not only really echoing what Phil has said, and what was being said already, is that there is a cross-subsidy going on here. This is one of the key things that keeps the Olympic Park economic, that keeps the cost down for the taxpayer. But more than talking about that today, I really want to echo what Frank said, is that this is going to be, I think, the home of boxing. Already we operate York Hall, so we're familiar with boxing and Frank over the years, and this will not only be good for London and boxing, but it will strengthen York Hall as well, because all the guys who are going to be coming through the Copper Box Arena are going to be cutting their teeth in places like York Hall. So it's going to be a real win-win for London. Plus we have a series of legacy schemes that are already running to promote young boxers and boxing at an amateur level in London. So there's a real pyramid here of elite through to grassroots. So I think at that stage we'll leave it open now for question and answers.
Frank, you have an endorsement from Boris Johnson. He's on record as saying he loves seeing people with each other. And you're going to invite him to the first show?
Absolutely, I hope he comes along. We need London's mayor there supporting, which will be the first boxing event at an Olympic venue, so very much so I'd love to invite him and hopefully come. We may charge him half price for it.
How many does it hold, Frank?
7,000. So we'll be getting, we sell out every show, which I hope we will do, I'm sure we will, 42,000 people including more.
Will Billy still be boxing in July?
He is boxing in July, he's fighting Sullivan of Wembley, and then after that he will be fighting John.
John, will you have a warm-up fight before this?
Yeah, we're looking to go out on July 13th in Hull, so just looking towards that first and concentrate on the afterwards.
How are you feeling you build up to that fight then?
What one?
Your Gary Southern fight.
Yeah, training's going well. Couldn't wish for a better camp and that. I mean, we're still just 5.5 weeks out, so we're one step at a time. Like I said, got to deal with Sullivan first, then get ready to blow the roof off on a fight John.
And how's the hand been?
Yeah, holding up well, really good. Thank God, no hand troubles, and just looking after him well in the gym, and just saving him when I fight.
The Copper Box was a bit of a hike from Stratford during the Olympics. Are the facilities still the same? Will there be any transportation or any new parking facilities there?
I think one of the big differences is that during the Olympics you had to go through the accreditation zone when you got to the end of Stratford here. That's now removed, so there's a much more direct access there.
It's still walking distance?
Yeah, definitely walking distance for fit guys like us. And obviously then it's in Hackney Borough, and there's Hackney Wick Station close by as well. That's very close to Hackney Wick. So you've actually got access on both sides, and then we have multi-storey car parking available just behind the media centre, as is at the moment. So yeah, ideally suited both for transportation and for access.
It's nice to see Frank really only here. Are you going to be on that card as well, Frank, on the 21st?
Yeah, so that's the plan. Hopefully be fine for the Southern area on that show, so that'll be interesting. Nice.
Anything going on for you in the meantime?
Yeah, I'm on the 20th of July show at Wembley, so gearing towards that with my last 8 rounder. Yeah, training's gone great.
Want him to win a title there in September and hopefully go on. You know, this is what this venue's all about, developing the young London talents, bring them through regular dates at a regular venue, and hopefully win another title.
Have any more opponents been announced on that?
Yeah, is it so? You said fights every 2 months. So is it just a 1 year deal to start off with, and if you're talking about the biggest and best venue in Europe, or the best venue in Europe, is 7,000 a big enough capacity, or can that be
for the
ramped
type
up?
of, I mean, obviously, I've done shows where you've had 50,000 people in attendance. But for where we are, what we're doing, and the fights that we're bringing here, is a perfect site for it. It's something that London needed. You know, you've got, they're talking about Wembley, you've got Wembley, which is 12,500. You've got nothing else going down from that capacity. This is a perfect capacity, and it's a fabulous arena. I mean, you know, without doubt, probably the best venue to watch boxing from, without doubt. And there's not a bad seat in the house.
And is it a 1-year agreement to start off with and roll over, or how does that work?
It's well, that's between ourselves at the moment, but it's I'm very satisfied with it.
Right.
Will these be Box Nation shows?
Yes.
Any more questions, or shall we move to one-to-ones? Any more questions at all? I know you're all guarded, you like to do one-to-ones. You, Carol, are you organising the one-to-ones?